To find a story about the palaces, we need to mix what we know, the facts, with what we can create with our imaginations. For a good story, what we need are cats, not the purring kind who eat mice, but rather characters, actions, time and settings. These are things that can be beautifully described, which will bring the story to life. We also need, of course, a beginning, a middle and an end. Also worth considering is that every great story has a problem, so we'll be after one of those too. Let's start with the beginning. This is where we introduce when and where our story takes place, meet our main character, and get a suggestion of what might happen in the story. So, let's start by choosing a setting where the story can take place. I quite fancy a palace. Which one shall we choose? And what do we know about them?
Banqueting house, Tower of London with the Thames outside, and Crown Jewels.
I quite like Kensington Palace because I've been there quite a few times.
Henry VIII lived there. There is a beautiful garden at Kew Palace.
Kensington Palace.
Princess Victoria lived there.
They would all make great places to find all sorts of stories, so let's choose one.
Kensington Palace.
Now we need a main character, someone connected to Kensington Palace. Who do we know who lived or worked there?
Lots of people lived there.
Servants.
Cleaners. They clean, they wash.
Securities.
Princess Victoria. Her mum was very strict.
Chambermaid. King George lived in Kensington Palace as well. A rat catcher.
A rat catcher's a good choice. Kensington Palace had one called William Hester. Now, what facts do we know about William Hester? We know that William Hester was the first royal rat catcher at Kensington Palace. The palace was full of rats. We know he was employed from about 1690 by King William and Queen Mary, that he wore a coat embroidered with the Queen's initials and crown and with rats and wheat sheaves. And we know that he got a new coat every year. What we don't know is what he looked like. So let's try and imagine that, to make him realer.
Kind of scruffy.
Messy. Tall. Short hair. That is fat and really greasy.
Dirty hands because he catches rats.
Great. So Hester's going to be our hero of our story. Heroes often have a sidekick or helper. Who should he have?
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Okay, so what does this dog look like?
He has floppy ears.
He's agile, rapid, bulldog,
Sausage dog.
And what would he be good at?
Catching rats.
He's the best dog in the world to catch rats. And in a blink of an eye, he's here. Now he's gone.
Well, if he's a rat catcher, he can't really be a sausage dog or a bulldog. He'd be a terrier, so let's make him a terrier. Where would he be so good at getting the rats from?
In a hole in the wall. Dustbin, toilet, kitchen.
That would be very helpful. Now, what should we call him?
Medina. Armando. Luke.
Rapid Bob, Dino, Ratatouille.
Boy.
Oh, boy is good. I can just hear him calling, "Here, boy, here, boy." So Hester has his companion, Boy the dog. Let's also give him a human friend. Who else could we find in the palace?
Kate Middleton, Prince William.
Yeah, they would definitely make very good friends, but our story takes place over 300 years ago, and their great-great-great-great-grandparents were not even born yet. No, let's think. Who might have worked in the palace 300 years ago?
Butler.
Footman. The cook.
He's the head cook and he loves to cook.
Oh, a head cook is perfect. Now, again, we need a name for him.
Charles. James. Cookie. John.
His name's John, but all his friends call him Cookie. What does he look like?
He's fat. He had a wobbly belly.
Oh, what sort of things does he wear?
His trousers were dark blue. His hat looks like a white mushroom. He wears a shirt. He wears an apron.
Perfect. Now we need to think about when our story takes place. We know Hester worked at the palace from about 1690 for King William and Queen Mary, so we have a date. What time of year shall we choose?
On a summer's day, it was so hot. On a winter's day, it was very cold.
And what part of the day?
Oh!
In the morning.
In the morning or in the night?
Afternoon.
Or 8
today
o'clock.
or past.
Evening, night, lunchtime, afternoon, sunrise.
Let's choose the evening of a Thursday in the cold, windy winter of 1694. So now we nearly have all the things we need for a beginning. A place, Kensington Palace, a main character, William Hester, our other characters, Boy, Cookie the head chef, and the King and Queen who hired Hester. A time, a late, windy evening, long, long ago in the winter of 1694. The last thing we need is things to happen, also known as action. The easiest way to get some action is to have a problem for our characters to solve. What could Hester's problem be?
Rats! 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 Rats!